Hello everyone, it's Rider here and welcome to another week in toys. And this week, well the last week, I decided to do something that I've been dreading doing. Sort out my collection that's in storage. So as you can see by all the boxes behind me, I have been trying to sort out all my storage up the loft. Basically what's happened over the years is, even though the toys are packed away pretty well, they've all got mixed up. So I've got G1 in the same box as Animated in the same box as Prime. And it makes it an absolute nightmare to try and find anything. So what I've been doing this week over the past couple of days is basically getting a box down and putting them into these new yellow crates. So I've got a crate for Prime, Animated. I've got a massive box of G1, massive box of Unicron Trilogy stuff. And I'm just trying to get a little bit more organised with it. And from that point, once I'm a bit more organised, I can look at selling parts of the collection on if I want to do that. So this is what I mean. I've got all of these. I say G2, late G1, G1.5. I've got Landcross there, just chilling out in pieces. But yeah, these are mainly like my later Transformers that I've managed to sort through now, and I'm almost there with. Then my G1s that are on display. Yep, some of them duplicates, but yeah, loads and loads of G1s. And these are all the Unicron Trilogy and some Power Core combiners in there as well. There's Megatron, who's lovely, and Galvatron. Optimus Prime. I absolutely love this Deluxe Prime. I think it's better than the bigger version, in my opinion. But yeah, those are really, really cool. And we've also got like a Beast Wars repaint there. Loads of instructions that I found. So yeah, it's pretty good to get these organised. Now this is a real tip at the moment, but it's only a tip because I've been pulling out stuff to get at the boxes. I've got so many packaging boxes up here. I need to absolutely cull them. Yeah, I've got a random Slave 1 lying there. I've got a Falcon with a AT-ST just collapsed in there. Most of these boxes over there are just cardboard boxes that I need to get rid of. Yeah, and these are some of my remaining toys that I need to sort through. Annoyingly, look what I've just found. So I bought a Duke figure to get this, and now I've got my original one, so I'm going to be replacing that on my figure downstairs. But yeah, I mean, I'll show you inside this box. This is like a random box of bits that I need to sort through. I thought that's where my G.I. Joe bits would be in there for me dollies, but it's not. So I need to sort through a lot of these. I've got these GoBots that are half sorted. Yeah, so it's not normally this much of a mess, but you know what it's like when you're trying to organise something. You end up making more mess before you actually get to the point where it starts to get better. So I think the next port of call for me, after I've sorted out these couple of boxes, is for me to then just decide what boxes am I getting rid of and what am I keeping. And I think it just might be a total purge. I might just get rid of all the packaging because I am sick of it. I mean, I've got my Xbox Series X box there. Why do I need that? So yeah, I need to sort through all these and hopefully make it a little bit better. And a future week in toys, I'll show you how it looks when I've got it all sorted. So this is the latest box I brought down. I found some random cardboard that can go in the bin. Don't know why I'm keeping it. A little cutout that can go in the bin. Don't know why I'm keeping it. Instructions I will keep. I am keeping instructions, but I'm finding things like this is not complete. I got that from a car boot, I think. Loads of Bayverse stuff. Obviously Energon Omega there, and I think this box is going to end up being like my bigger figures. I think I might end up putting Unicron. I might have Unicron back in here. I'll see how I get on, whether this is the right size box or not. But most of these can be split out. Third party KO Throttlebot there, probably going to go for sale. This guy was really before his time, wasn't he? Absolutely awesome figure. Such a shame that some of these have stayed in storage. Speaking of which, found out the big guy, and who'd have thought one day we would have got that Omega. I thought this would be the last one we ever got. Crazy to think, really, isn't it? Absolutely crazy. So I'll keep you posted on all that, and if I find anything else cool later on in the video. But I've received a couple of parcels today, and the first parcel is from those bloody people at Hatchet Paperworks. Yes, this is issue 97 and 98 of the Ultimate Transformers G1 collection, or the Definitive G1 collection. And yeah, I've got issues number 97 and 98, which means only another £20 and 2 more issues, and I'm at 100. I think they are still stopping at 100. I don't think they're doing any more. We've got one of the Monstructor guys on the front of this one, and we've got Quake on the front of this one. Nice artwork. We've got G.I. Joe versus Transformers 3, and we've got The World in Your Eyes. So yeah, still haven't read any. I might do one day, who knows. Okay, so my next parcel is from Target. Well, actually, it's not from Target. It's from an eBay seller in the US. Now, I've never used the global shipping program before, and how much this cost me in shipping and fees, I never really want to use it again, to be blatantly honest with you. But needs must be this. It's something that I wanted last year that caused, probably stress is the wrong word, but a lot of like anguish and thought about the fact I'm not going to get this figure. And the other week I just bit the bullet and thought, you know what? It's something Brad said to me. He says, you know what? We know we can afford it, so just get it and then you can move on with your life. So that's what I've done. Oh, I can see. Oh, yes. Well, I haven't been ripped off. I've got Thrust. Finally, I have an Earthrise Thrust. Now, one thing that's been worrying me about this, it's got a bit of pen mark on the front. One thing that's been worrying about this is that the guy said that he's not going to be responsible, and I noticed this afterwards, for any manufacturing defects. So I'm going to quickly open up Thrust now, and let's make sure that he's all there. Otherwise, I'm going to be pretty upset if he's broken or something. It doesn't look like he's been opened, to be honest. He's got all of his canopy there. That's one thing I was worried about. His wings are attached. And here he is. No defects, thank goodness. Only, I mean, you can have his wings like that, actually. Well, let me rotate this stuff around. See, I don't know if that's how people have him displayed, or if people have them a little bit lower. I'm a bit of a G1 enthusiast, so they need to be a bit lower for me. But he's here and he's lovely. And the stress and anguish this caused, yeah, it's so nice to be able to finish the G1 Seekers. I know I still haven't got Sandstorm, but he's not a real Seeker anyway, let's face it. But the original 6, my cone heads are finished and I'm over the bloody moon. This thing's lovely. Really, really nice. And it makes you think, doesn't it? Now, it's even in a world where we're all locked in the middle of a pandemic, we can still get access to toys better than what we had back in, what, the 80s? I mean, how many figures were released in the US that didn't get shipping over here back in the day, and we never even knew about, really? And in some respects, it's a blessing to think that, you know what, now you can get stuff, it's just, are you willing to pay for it? And this was what actually cost me £29 in the exchange rate for the figure, and upwards of 30 for shipping and fees and all of that kind of stuff. And I was really worried that I'll get a bit of Brexit tax on this, but I think eBay already deal with all that kind of stuff. He's absolutely lovely. And finally, is this my last Earthrise figure now? It probably is the last one. actual Earthrise boxed figure. Yeah, it's been decent, hasn't it? It's been really, really decent. But I'm over the moon. Sorry about the light, but I'm really, really happy to have Thrust. Shall we have a look what he's like in his jet mode? Wow, this thing is beautiful. It's funny because Thrust, I never had Ramjet when I was a kid, and Dirge was probably my favourite Seeker toy, and Thrust was probably my least favourite. But this thing is absolutely beautiful. I've got a few marks here, I don't know if you can see that. That looks kind of like a stress mark, but I'm not going to be throwing these backwards and forwards. It's good enough for me. A few marks here and there, but it doesn't really matter. This thing is beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful, and wow, it's tempting to have this displayed in jet mode, to be honest with you. But yeah, I'll see. Because I've got my little Seeker display up there. I think he's going to go pride of place as probably the hardest Transformer to find. Well, I've definitely the Siege Wave, the War for Cybertron series. But yeah, I'm over the moon. Absolutely over the moon to have him. And I've finished those Coneheads. Really, really, really nice feeling. So today is Thursday the 28th of January, and Mr. Postman's been and he's bought me a couple of parcels. So I've got a bitty one here, which I think is from my mate John. And I've got a little one here, and I don't know what's in here. I think this might be from Toy Foo. They did a charity auction on Saturday, and I always like to try and support Toy Foo. Last year we raised a little bit of money for Mary's Meals, who are the charity that Toy Foo supports, by doing Bots at Home. Oh, and by the way, there is a convention this weekend on the 30th of January, Saturday the 30th, called Toys, Figures and Robots. And I'm appearing on a couple of videos. You might have seen the premiere listed on my channel. So right, brilliant. I don't. Who's done this? Seriously, who's done this? Oh my god, what the fuck? Right, so I'm going to do some investigation to try and find out who this is. Well, I don't have a clue, but I've now got a Barbie figure, which is nice. It's actually a Barbie. Look, you can see it on the knickers. What in the name of Christ? So next up, I think this package is from my mate John, and we did a bit of a swap. So I swapped him my classic Seekers, because he basically missed out on the Earthrise ones. And he wanted a set, I think, in vehicle mode for his display. So I swapped him those, Ramjet, Thrust and Dirge. And he basically did a straight swap for this, which I think is awesome. And this is Bad Cube Insecticons. Look at that box, isn't that awesome? One of these is slightly damaged. I think kicked back as a slightly cracked insect leg. That's a nice Decepticon alarm goes on as well, so you can see them there. So we've got Kickback, we've got Bombshell, and we've got Shrapnel. And we've got some Energon cubes as well. What a lovely set this is. Dave Shotton said to me that Barbie figures feel like nothing else in the third party world. So I'll just pick up one of them and see what they're like. They are very light, very light, but quite well made. Yeah, they haven't got much heft to them, but they look absolutely stunning. Let's face it, right, I'm decent ratchets. I'm not going to actually transform these as such. These are purely just going to be for display purposes, which suits me fine with third party. I don't really buy them to transform backwards and forwards. But you know what? These are lovely. So we've got Bombshell there. We've got Kickback. They are very light. Very light. Here we've got Kickback there, which is good. Really nice. And then we've got Shrapnel. Obviously his claws aren't on him yet. His shoulder pieces. But yeah, out of all of them, I'd say Shrapnel's probably my favourite. I know I've got to clip his bits on and all that. But they've got a couple of alternative faces as well. Nice little smirk on there. You know what? That's lovely. I really like that. Oh, these are really gummy. Oh, they're cool. Got loads of Energon cubes now from all these different bloody lines I keep picking up. But the box itself is beautiful. And for someone who is currently throwing away all his bloody boxes, I think this might be one that I'll hold on to and keep. Lovely artwork on it. Lovely artwork. So cheers for that, John. I hope you enjoy the Seekers. Bit of a random swap, wasn't it? Some chugs for some third party, but we're both happy, so that's all that matters. And whoever sent me this, please leave a comment below, because you're a funny person. So today is Friday, the 29th of January, and for some reason, despite not leaving the house, I've managed to acquire a cold, which is really odd because I've been nowhere. But don't worry, no symptoms for COVID, no continuous cough, no temperature, no anything like that. Yesterday, I received a small parcel from Amazon, and I picked up the latest Transformers crossover. This is Transformers and Terminator, something I've been wanting to read. Unlike those comics that I buy from the Ultimate Definitive Transformers collection, which I haven't read any of them, I've got a bit mad on picking up all of these crossovers. And I know there's a G.I. Joe one within that definitive collection that I need to read. I've read the Star Trek one, which was awesome, really great. I'm yet to read the Ghostbusters one. I started to read it, and then for some reason I got distracted by something shiny. And I had this on pre-order for a while. It was the date of when it was actually going to be shipped was moved completely, and then suddenly it was sent yesterday. Now, as with all my bloody books ordered from Amazon, this one's been dinged in the corner, but never mind. I'm going to sit and read it anyway. And it looks really cool. I mean, really, I don't know what's going on in this scene, but you've got Megs and you've got the T800 and all of that. Sarah Connor by the look of it. So yeah, looking forward to giving that a little bit of a read. Should be quite fun. Now, there's some reveals, and this was late last week, but it looks like there's going to be a wave 3 of these vintage package Headmasters that have been released. It looks like, and this is the most interesting one for me, we're getting a Chrome Dome repaint. Now, back in the original G1 Headmasters, Chrome Dome was meant to be repainted into RC. No resculpting or anything like that, just a repaint. And I wonder if this is a homage to that. It looks like it's in similar colours. Maybe it will use the Titans Return RC head, maybe, that we saw on an exclusive figure from a few years back. But it looks like it's just going to be a straight up repaint for Chrome Dome. It looks like we're getting a Fangry as well, which we already had the Titan Master head for in one of the smaller figures. And what looks like a Sideways. Now, I don't know whether that's going to be a new mould or a reissue of the Armada figure. But either way, it's pretty cool. And I think I'm going to be in for this wave. I haven't picked up any of the other ones. I didn't really feel the need to upgrade my Hasbro ones I've got. But you know what? These look these three look cool, and I will be in for this whole wave, I think. Yeah, really, really cool. So at 4 o'clock today, there's going to be a Fans Friday event for Star Wars The Black Series. And it looks like Hasbro are taking us down the toy aesthetic route. They have announced that Obi-Wan Kenobi, in his same get-up as he did back in the 70s figure with that orange, almost Blade Runner-like outfit. Cool little head sculpt on this figure, by the way. He's going to be released alongside Greedo, which I'm 100% in for that Greedo. 100% in for it, because I haven't got a Greedo figure and I don't want to pay the prices, and I'm not too bothered about it being toy aesthetic as such. It could just be a background alien or whatever it might be. And a Jawa with a cloth cape. Who am I kidding? I'm going to buy all of these, aren't I? And I just hope, really, really hope, that we're going to get a toy Acura Boba Fett figure. Really, really hope that. I know it was in a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, I think it was a few years back. I would love it if they released that. And it's probably about a fair timeline now, because people have had that exclusive for a while. It's about time that they re-released it, because let's face it, it's a figure that everyone wants. But yeah, I think I'm going to be in for these. They look absolutely awesome. The similar car back to the archive line. And I'm really interested to see what else is going to be announced on this Fans Friday event, if anything. I know that New York Toy Fair would have been coming up if COVID wasn't around and everything like that. So we're starting to see these reveals coming through. And it's really, really cool to see. So hopefully there'll be a lot more reveals to talk about in the coming weeks. And if anything is announced on on this Fans Friday event, then we'll cover it in next week's Week in Toys. And I think that's it. That's it for this week. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Remember to check out what's going on in Toys, Figures and Robots on Saturday the 30th. So that's tomorrow when this goes live. So until next time, I've been Zortrider, and I'll catch you again very, very soon.